Greetings friends, welcome again to my game room. I'm David McCord. This time I would like to share with you a little bit about the game called MuTorere. Now back in the 1850s, Europeans began to settle down in New Zealand, and the Maori of course were already there, and one of the games that they were playing was called MuTorere, and it was beginning to fall out of favor with the tribe itself. It had been played for many generations there, but mention was made by the Europeans that it was played at that point. It was being played by the Ngāti people in the East Cape district, and there have been archaeological finds there of the MuTorere board patterns carved into some of the lava rock. It never really caught on until in the late 1960s when famed American historian of games called R.C. Bell published the rules, and it suddenly became a little bit more popular, and now it's played quite often. The natives in New Zealand have popularized the game again after all these generations. You'll find many references to it online if you start researching little games like this. So let's share the rules to MuTorere. The game is played on a papatakaro, a game board marked in the form of an 8-pointed star that points to the center, called the putahi. The outer points are stars, called the kewai. The object of the game is to block the opponent's moves so that their pegs are unable to move at all. Each player starts with 4 pegs of a distinct color. Those pegs are set up on one half of the board, side by side in the ring of stars, and the putahi is empty. The starting player is randomly determined, and then each player will move 1 peg at a time, either into the center or out from the center to a connected kawaii. However, to move a peg into the center point, it must start from a position next to an opposing peg. Pegs may also be moved around the outer ring of spaces to a neighboring kawaii, if the space is vacant, of course. The winner of the game is the last player to move. So there's a definite simplicity to the game when you first look at it, but there is quite a bit of placement strategy and ways to trap your opponent and so on. It's an intriguing little puzzle game. Definitely something to be introduced to people who like puzzle games and just want a real quick little game that you can play. I like to take these little games with me when I'm going to a restaurant or something, and you can just play it while we're waiting for our order to show up and that kind of thing. So MuTorere is part of the Peg Pastimes series, and you can read all about that on the NewVenture website, or also purchase the games over at redhentoys.com. Meanwhile, we would also like to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with your friends, and click the little bell, and we'll be sure to inform you next time we have a how-to video. And if you have any questions, suggestions, want to know more about games, by all means let us know, and we'll do what we can to fulfill those wishes in future episodes. So meanwhile, like I always say, be sure to play every day.